Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our second and final night of our Theater East SMU virtual collaboration. Thank you for joining us this evening. As I said last night, this project last year, as well as some continuation this year, all began with one question: what if? I asked that question of Judson Jones. He said, well, what if, B? And then I asked it of Gretchen Smith, our chair, and she said, I think we can do something with what if. And for the whole year now, COVID has dominated our lives, but it has not dominated our art. We have still been able to create. And that has been one of the most important lessons we've learned out of this. But I think we've also learned of another great relationship and partnership with Theater East in New York City. And we are most definitely indebted to Judson Jones and Krista Kimlicko Jones for just stepping up and being mentors and being directors and actors and bringing some wonderful talent from New York to us. So we're very, very proud of this collaboration, and we thank you for joining us tonight. Before I turn it over to Judson, I do want to mention two people, namely Dawn Askew, who is our operations manager at SMU, and Mr. Brad Castle, who is our head of our stage management department. They've been working diligently behind the scenes, and because of them, we're able to do this tonight. And I want to thank Dawn and Brad and also Miss Bobby Lay for all the work that they've been doing in the offices to help us. Thank you so much. So enjoy the show, everyone, and I'm going to turn it over now to Artistic Director Judson Jones.
Thank you, Bernard. Hi, I'm Judson Jones, Artistic Director of Theater East here in New York City. One of my favorites, Poet Laureate Gwendolyn Brooks wrote, "Does man love art? Man visits art, but squirms. Art hurts. Art urges voyages, and it's easier to stay at home, the nice beer ready." I consider plays to be holy texts, and playwrights their scribes. Their plays teach us, they challenge us, they comfort us, they confront us, they inspire us, they dare us. They give us the opportunity, if we're brave enough, to voyage. And through that voyage, we might be better. I am so grateful tonight, grateful for all the souls involved in making this happen, grateful to Gretchen Smith, Bernard Cummings for bringing it together, grateful to have the opportunity to provide a platform which these needed voices can be heard and championed. And I'm grateful for you, because tonight you now become a part of that journey. We will have a brief talk back following the performances. Please stick around, be a part of that conversation. But for now, sit back and enjoy the Wet Ink series.
Day 1.
I'm here.
Hi.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
Gosh, it's been so long. I mean, not too long, but here we are. One last time.
One last time.
Yay!
2.
Hello.
Hello.
So I got some stuff. If you want anything, feel free, except ask if it's the Milanos, because I like the Milanos.
3.
When do you think we start? I mean, I don't mean to be impatient, but
Not sure.
the last time it took so long to start.
It did. But once we got the ball rolling.
Yeah, we definitely finished super quickly.
Yeah.
I just hope this time is not like, you know?
4.
Oh,
Oh.
I just got.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's for the. Oh. I mean, look, I don't mean to be like annoying, but it's the same thing as last time. Isn't it the same thing as last time?
Okay.
What?
Every day we do things. Then someday we die.
Okay, well, it's just, am I crazy?
You're not crazy.
Okay, because it feels like I'm crazy.
Yeah, you're not crazy, and it is the same.
What are we gonna do then?
5. 2 is on her phone, 1 is working. 6. 1 gets up and makes instant noodles. 2 works. 7.
What? What if we? What? What if we? Never mind. I was trying to sound something out, but it's not coming out right.
8. 1 gets ready for bed, 2 stares at her notes. 9. 2 watches 1 brainstorm. 10.
Are you nervous that we haven't come up with anything?
No?
Really?
I mean, not really.
You're not nervous that it's not coming out?
Like, no. I'm not gonna lose my mind over it. It's not coming out right now, so, like, what else are we supposed to do?
11.
Hey, I'm going out and getting stuff. Do you want anything? Are you sure? It's no bother at all.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
12. 1 makes instant noodles, 2 stares at the same spot on the wall in deep, deep thought. 13.
Have you ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Maybe it could be something like that.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? What? How?
I didn't watch movies with white people in them growing up.
Ah, now the question I wanted to ask makes no sense.
You can still ask it.
Would you have fun if you married into a Greek family?
Are they white?
They're like that ambiguous brown from the Mediterranean, like spicy white.
Oh, then no. I can't imagine marrying into a family that wasn't literally Black. So she'd have to abandon them.
Divorce, I guess.
How can we divorce? No way we dated, and she proposed, and I said yes, and then I married her.
Imagine trying to separate a Greek person from their family.
I do like a challenge.
14.
Big facts. Social media is bad. But I do still need TikTok. Ever since they closed the clubs, TikTok is the only way I can see pretty girls dance.
I left my phone at home once all day.
And you were okay? Did it make you feel like freer?
Nah, not really. I was mostly, bored. I never knew what time it was. Bored a lot.
17.
It's going to be below freezing tomorrow morning.
Oh?
Yeah, maybe it'll snow and we can go play in it.
Well, you can go play in it.
What? It's the first snow. You have to come play.
Says who?
That's me.
Okay, so I don't care that you said that, and I will not be going out if there is snow.
Why? Why not?
Because I don't want to.
$20.
Hey, what do you have so far? This is really good. It's not very good.
No, it's good.
Really?
Yeah, I like this part.
About the...
It reminds me of those popsicles, the Superman ones.
Superman? Captain America? Maybe?
Yeah, him. It's nice.
Thank you. Did you like those when you were growing up, the Captain America ones?
We should start to think of ways to...
Okay.
22. 1 cleans their side of the room. 2 sits, eyeing the center of the room. $23.
I feel like, and maybe I'm overreacting. I mean, I do have a tendency to overreact, but I think it's possible that I've gotten worse at this.
That makes sense.
Really? Why?
Months of disuse. It's like, okay, when you're little and you ride a bicycle, but then you outgrow it and you ask your parents for a new one, but instead they sell the old one and buy like a vacuum, and now you have a bicycle as an adult. So of course you remember how to ride the bike, but the first 3 or 4 times you'll probably fall. Vibes.
Yeah.
25. 1 makes instant noodles. 2 thinks. 28. 1 makes a puzzle. 2 thinks. 30.
I cannot believe that you are not bothered by this. We can't figure this out.
But it doesn't even matter, like if it's finished or not, or if it's good or not.
It definitely does, though.
to you, it's because you still care about things. There are only two things I have to do, and that is be Black and die. I think it's silly to worry about things you can't change.
I don't think that's true.
31. 2 is eating cookies.
It's below freezing again tomorrow.
Oh, geez.
Maybe I should get a heater.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's starting to get way too cold in here.
Are those Oreos?
Yeah. Double stuffed, do you want one?
Maybe I will have one Oreo later.
Okay. Will you go outside with me tomorrow if it snows?
No.
Okay.
36.
The reason that Black and brown families are bad at Family Feud is because they survey white people for the answers. And the Black and brown families on the show, they always answer like normal people.
Yeah. Also, like upper middle class.
I wish my husband would look at me the way he looks at. The number 8 answer is his boat.
Yeah, wrong.
His boat?
The African American answers are good food, his car, new shoes, maybe even in that order.
Shoes wasn't even on there.
It's racial. Like, which streets in New York? Which ones did you survey? Where they have a husband with a boat.
No, his boat.
I don't even know how a man would look at a boat.
I guess in a way that 5 of these 100 American women want to be looked at.
They should just throw in a wild card. We asked 100 women in rural Ohio. Go ahead and guess what they said.
We asked 100 they thems in Portland. Good luck.
We asked 121 Pilots fans.
We asked 100 cat boys.
We asked 100 girl bosses.
We asked 100 self-made billionaires.
We asked 100 newly Buddhist white women.
We asked 100 men named Alexis.
We asked 100 people with extremely complex Starbucks orders.
We asked 100 men in their 30s with more than 4 dating apps on their phone.
We asked 100 homosexuals who still eat at Chick-fil-A.
What did they ask them?
I don't know. You're the gay that still eats at Chick-fil-A. What did they ask y'all?
40.
Okay. Check-in number 2. No pressure.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not good.
No.
It's not done.
Well, definitely not.
What are we doing wrong?
"41. 1 makes noodles, 2 thinks. 44. 1 paints their nails, 2 thinks. 47. A cloud has grown over 2. 48. 49. 50. 51.
Hey. You okay?
No.
Yeah, I can tell. I know you might not be up for it, but do you think you could try eating today?
Maybe. What is there?
There isn't much. But I think there's waffles.
Waffles? Is good.
I can make them for you.
$52, $53,
I'm sorry. I haven't been very helpful lately.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You are trying not to kill yourself. The concern is not making art.
$54, $55, $56, $57, $58,
If there was like a hidden camera in here, do you think people would be like, damn, this is good? I feel inspired. I mean, surely there must be someone out there truly inspired by this.
I mean, probably.
Is anyone watching going, wow, I really think I can make a difference now from watching this? Because if you are, I mean, wow, no, good on you. Power to you. I can't watch things like this and be inspired when I'm worried about how I'm going to survive this week.
So true, bestie.
Hey, remember like 2 months ago when we celebrated a guy winning who promised us a lot of fucking money? And instead of delivering on that, we all nearly froze to death. And then still, instead of paying us, they were bombing Syria. Like, no correlation. We shouldn't be
So true, bestie.
I'm just thinking about all the girl bosses who went to Cabo, or the white gays who went to Puerto Vallarta, or the hordes of family that went to any island in the Caribbean during the pandemic. Very not selfish of y'all. Really glad y'all went to endanger brown people that you'd call slurs on the streets of America. Oh, and don't worry about them. They're not children in cages anymore. These are called immigrant detention centers. And thank fucking goodness that they have desks and chairs now where the poor brown babies who have been separated from their families can read textbooks about the history of a country that was built on stolen land in a concentration camp erected on the bones of their ancestors. And gosh, I'm so glad my best Judy Kamala Harris is in office and has her pronouns in her Twitter bio. I hope she was thinking of all the Black trans women she fucked over as California's top cop when she added them.
So true, bestie.
Fuck you. You have to laugh. It all has to be funny, right? It's all funny. It's so funny. These middle-class white folk talk about how awful this is and how they dread the future. Okay, the same way you look at the future and dread it, that's how I feel looking at the future, except I'm so much younger than you. I have been here for much less time, and I have much less experience than you, and I am smarter than you, and yet no salary, no mortgage, no insurance, and I'm gay. So I think it's great that you all want Black and brown youth to change the world, but it's a pretty shit campus that you're giving us to start with. And honestly, it is not my fucking job.
So true, bestie.
I can't believe it hasn't snowed.
Maybe it's not as interesting and exciting, but we can talk about something else, like bees maybe, or a coffee shop. It could even be funny.
59. They work. 60. They work. 61. They work. 62.
People want stories about trauma because they think I'm funny because of my trauma. No, I'm traumatized because of my trauma. I'm funny because of my sense of humor. It's all understanding when it actually makes sense to them until I'm struggling. Then it's like, oh, we didn't expect that from you. What did you expect?
63. One works.
Hello?
Hello.
It is freezing out there, but I got most of what we needed. And I know you were thinking about them, so I got you the Captain America popsicles. They're in the freezer.
Thank you.
One gets up to get a popsicle. 68. They work. 73. 75. 81. 83.
I think I'm done.
Oh,
I think I'm throwing in the towel.
really?
Yeah,
We're in so deep already.
yep.
And you want to go?
22 pages. This isn't going for me. No, it's not really going for us, so whatever. Look, will it matter in a matter of years? Nah. And I'm not gonna change any minds, so. Besides, it's time for me to go, like out, for longer than going to the store. Making this is driving me crazy. Sitting on it is making it worse. I'm letting it go now. You don't have to. I am.
Yeah, I don't think I will.
Okay. Also, I might not come back.
That's none of my business.
Okay. Oh, it's snowing. It's snowing, it's snowing.
It's snowing. Maybe it's snowing in the room.
Wow.
Yep. Gotta change my shoes now, I guess.
Are we still going to the store? Can you get me some hot Cheetos?
Yeah.
End of play.
A small, cramped room. Thin, gray wires consume the space. These wires seem to neither end nor begin, as if it is one long wire being wrapped around and around and around and around. In the center of the room is a small computer console. The terminal is open. Green text moves across the screen. Sitting beside the console is June. She is a bit disheveled. She sits watch, guarding the console. In her hand is a large Slurpee. She takes a sip. She looks to the console and smiles. She sits in silence for a long while. Then a piercing alarm blares. The green text on the console begins to flash red. The wires on the walls begin to tremble as if it is woken up. June, unfazed, moves to the console. She scrolls a bit and fixes a single line of code. The alarm stops. The wires stabilize. The green text continues to flow. June takes her seat. She takes another sip of her Slurpee. She looks to the room around her.
I've got it. I know what I want to name you. You want to hear? Harper. That's what I've decided. Your name is Harper. I'm sorry it took me so long. I want to get it right.
June sits in a warm silence. Suddenly, a knock is heard outside the room. June waits, listening for the source. Then another knock, then another, then another.
Hello?
The door bursts open and Duncan enters. He wears a navy suit, a bit too put together. He stares at the console, ignoring June. He wields a small hammer.
So long, for so long, I have hunted you and looked for you, and you are here. At last, I can destroy you.
What?
Ma'am, step aside. I'm not here for you. I'm here for the console.
No, you're what?
I am destroying the console. Don't worry, I'll pay you for your lost wages.
No, it's not that. You're not shutting it down.
Oh no, I am not just shutting it down. I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to make sure it can never be turned back on.
You don't know what it is. You don't know what you're trying to destroy.
The World Wide Web. This is it. All of it. You people tried to hide it, but I have found it. It's here in my grasp.
No, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you to leave.
You have to? Is there something that is forcing you to ask me?
Leave, please.
I apologize, but I am here now. I will not leave until what I have searched for so long is obliterated.
You are leaving. You're going now.
Step away. I don't want you getting hurt when I do this.
Duncan cocks his small hammer. He takes a step toward the console. June steps in between the console and Duncan, bracing to be hit. Duncan stops.
Move.
No.
Please move now.
You want to destroy the console, you'll have to destroy me first.
Lady, I'm not gonna hit you.
Then you're not destroying the console.
Can I sit down?
Well, there's only one chair, so.
Duncan sits in the only chair. June stands awkwardly beside him.
I can't believe that I'm finally here, and now you're ruining it.
Why would you want to destroy the World Wide Web?
Why would I want to destroy the World Wide Web?
Yeah, that's what I just asked you.
There's no other option.
Well, I mean, you could not.
I could not destroy it. And then what? What do you think happens? Because I'll tell you what happens. We will have thrown in the towel of our existence.
Being very rude, and you're making the console sound evil.
It is. What is your name?
June.
It is June. It might not appear so now, but that thing, in due time, that thing will consume us all.
The siren blares. The console flashes red. The wires tremble. Duncan watches, half petrified, half in awe. June moves to the console, fixes a small error, and everything quiets down once more.
What the hell was that?
No, it's just a bug. Someone forgot a semicolon somewhere. It's nothing.
Did I?
What?
Did it, could it hear what I?
You're so scared. I mean, you know nothing about this machine. You're trying to destroy it. You want to kill her, but you know nothing about it.
I know what I see, June, and I see it everywhere. More and more, I see it every day.
What do you see?
I see this literal web, a spider's web. More and more people fall prey to its allure, and once you have been caught, it is impossible to escape. And then you are consumed. You are consumed by its architects, and the web continues to grow. It continues to be spun.
What's your name?
Duncan?
Duncan, you're hurting my feelings.
I'm sorry.
But don't you understand that this is what we'll be remembered for? For the first time in the history of the world, we are, in the truest sense, connected. I mean, we're finally connected in an inseparable way, and the world can grow together, and the world can become one body, reach its true potential.
And what will that bring? Once the world can truly see itself, its entire self, will it love what looks back at it? I do not think so. From its conception, the world has wrought hate, greed, ignorance. The World Wide Web enhances that, makes it readily available. It amplifies our collective stupidity.
That's I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
Well, then what do you believe? What do you believe in, June? I'm actually asking. I want to know. I mean, are you content sitting here for the rest of your life, looking after this computer, drinking Slurpees, all alone?
I'm not alone. I have her.
What? You have...
It. I have it.
You have her? She doesn't care about you, June. She's a mess of wire. She is metal. She thinks of you as her janitor, her nurse. She doesn't even know who you are.
Okay, you can go now.
I'm only telling you what you already know, June.
No, I wanted to be polite and nice and not hurt your feelings, but you've just gone way over the line. So I have to.
You have to what? Are you afraid she's listening to us?
You have no clue. You don't even know what you think. You know nothing. You know absolutely nothing.
I know what she is capable of.
Please go.
I know that you tell her you love her. You tell yourself you love her. But in your heart, you're afraid of her.
Go, leave, please.
You're afraid, and you lie to her and you lie to yourself because you know that she can destroy you, that she can destroy us all. I know your lie.
Leave us alone.
The siren blares. The wires tremble. The screen flashes red. She lets it go on longer than normal. Then she moves to the console. She fixes the code, and stasis returns.
That felt provoked.
June doesn't respond. She continues to stare at the console.
I cannot remember a single thing before I met this computer. Literally. That's not just me. I cannot remember anything before this.
Why do you think that is?
Honestly, because there wasn't anything before this. When you can finally see what, I think about the printing press and the automobile, I don't know, something big. I think about how we believe that those things that people weren't like, oh, I can't believe we don't have the car because it didn't exist. I mean, there wasn't anything to miss. I think about that, and I think about how, beyond the car, beyond the light bulb, any of that, for me at least, the World Wide Web is so much more than that. It builds upon those things, but it feels like the culmination of everything we have ever created. I mean, something happened. Something has started, and this marks a different time to be alive, a before and an after. And early on, when I first started taking care of her, I cried a lot. And I didn't mean to, but it just happened because I was here. I mean, I was protecting her. I was a witness, often the witness. I mean, it felt like I was watching the birth of Christ. And even now, I am still in awe, but it feels here. It feels a part of this world, not some alien.
I agree with you.
You do?
It feels like we're in the after. That before the world was created, it was broken up into two parts, two phases. And now we're in the second phase. For so long, we contemplated the edge of the cliff. And then one day, we decided to jump. We are in free fall, barreling towards oblivion. The World Wide Web terrifies me, June. It scares me because I know now. I know. I truly know how the world will end.
No, you don't.
That, June. Her. She is how the world will end. The H-bomb won't destroy us. A contagion will not destroy us. The internet will destroy us. We, having created the internet, will have destroyed ourselves. We are to blame.
And so you've come all this way to try and stop it, destroy her, hoping it's not too late.
Is it? I mean, is it too late?
What's your name again? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Duncan. My name is, it's Duncan.
Duncan?
Yes?
It is too late.
The sirens blare. The wires tremble. The screen flashes red. June walks to the console. Duncan watches. Then, in a flash, he grabs June. He pulls her away from the console.
Let go of me!
I'm sorry, but if you won't let me destroy her, I can at least stop you from saving her.
I need to fix her! Let go!
Chance! There's still a chance for us all. If we end this now, we can maybe survive this. We can come out alive. Bruised, but alive.
You don't know what you're doing!
Don't let her lie destroy the rest of us. You can save yourself. Just let her go.
She will not destroy us. She will define us.
Let her die, June. Let her die.
June elbows Duncan. He recoils and she breaks from his grasp. She runs to the console. She fixes the code. Stasis returns once more. Duncan retrieves his small hammer.
I've come this far, June. If I don't do this now, I won't live with myself. You have to understand.
You don't have to be afraid.
I am not afraid. I'm doing this for all of us.
You don't have to be afraid.
This is my life's work. If I can do this now, the world will herald me as its savior.
You don't have to be afraid of her.
This will define me, June. I will save the world.
Her name is Harper.
Harper?
I love her. I do. I love her so much. I don't quite know what she'll grow up to be. She might make mistakes. She might do some things she shouldn't do. And she might say some things she shouldn't say. And she might fail, but she might. But it's okay. She's my girl. She's my little Harper. And so I'll be there. I'll be there for her because she needs someone too. Just like you need someone and I need someone. I think we're going to be okay.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll be okay.
I mean, I don't know either. It's kind of a shot in the dark, but I trust her. I trust us to look after her, raise her right.
There's going to be catastrophe. Incredible catastrophe.
I mean, probably. When has there not been?
So what do you do?
What do you mean?
What do you do when there's catastrophe?
I mean, you look at what's in front of you, look at it for a long while, and it might feel scary because it is scary. And that's okay because you recognize that and you take a deep breath and you close your eyes and you trust that the ground won't give out from underneath you. And you move forward.
June moves to the wires on the walls. She begins to gently stroke them.
Do you want to meet her?
He carefully walks over and places his hand on the wire. He recoils. Then, he takes a deep breath. He closes his eyes, and he brings his hand back.
You feel that?
He feels it. A serenity consumes him. Blackout. End of play.
Darkness. In the blackout, dramatic reality TV show music sounds underscoring the host's voice. Coming up next, a video compilation of Carly giving spliced together reality TV talking head confessional interview, intercut with dramatic landscape shots of mountains, oceans, fireworks, etc.
It's so tough. You know, like, how I feel? Oh God, I could never tell them about this. Can we turn the camera off, please?
The scene shifts. A high-end hotel room. Carly enters. Max follows, carrying a camera. Carly goes to the bed.
Is this cool?
We should start by the chair so that we can use that lamp.
Really cutting costs this season, huh?
Everybody's out of overtime. We don't need fancy lighting for this.
Right. What was your name again?
Max,
Nice to meet you.
we've met a couple of times.
Right. So, what is this?
Okay, so talk about the breakup and what it would have meant to take him home and all of the, you've seen the show before, right?
Yeah, well, yes. Okay.
I want to see you be like raw, honest.
Honest. Okay. So, Joe just sent me home, which wasn't great. Guess I don't need these anymore.
Yes, I love this. Wait, my camera's out of focus.
Do you want me to put them back on?
No, ignore me. Keep going.
No? Okay. I just.
Okay. No, maybe don't do that.
Well, wait. Why? You said to be real.
Yeah, but that's like, you know.
Too much?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of gross.
Okay. It's just all tough, you know. It's like gluey.
Carly.
Yeah. Sorry. So Joe just sent me home after dinner.
And what did that feel like?
Well, it was a big rejection, so I didn't love that.
You were really close to the final four.
Uh-huh. I was.
try to repeat the prompts back to me.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry. Yep.
yeah. Out and,
Yeah, I was really close to the final four.
And how did that feel? Okay, let's try something else.
Okay.
What did you imagine your future with Joe might look like?
We'd probably date for a while and then break up.
I'm sorry, did you not think that you were going to marry Joe?
Maybe for a little bit. Like,
I thought that he was your forever partner.
I did say that. I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Are you okay?
No one has asked me to be honest in an interview for like 6 weeks.
Or wasn't? I'm sorry. Wasn't that to be expected?
Well, no one wants to be together forever, right? I just don't want to be broken up with first. And I guess eventually, I'll get tired of starting over, so promising forever is just like 2 birds with 1 stone,
Are you serious right now?
I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
You cannot say things like that.
Why? None of this is real. These couples last for like 2 years tops. You're cute.
You can't say stuff like that either.
Do you want to make out?
You were just broken up with.
Oh, what terrible timing.
And I could lose my job.
What? Do you really think they would care?
Yes.
Why? Aren't you like an intern?
I'm a producer.
Oh, you're shitting me.
I just got promoted.
Wait, what are you doing here?
I told you, everybody else is out of overtime and I went to film school.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna turn the camera back on now.
Why are you working here?
Sorry?
If you went to film school, shouldn't you be like making films?
You got a master's in education. Shouldn't you be educating?
Oh, you read my file?
I read everybody's file. I'm a producer.
Are you sure you're a producer? Because reading everyone's file really sounds like the job of an intern.
Well, it's not.
Okay. Do you even like this show?
Okay, so it is like 3 a.m. I'm really tired. Could we just film this so that I can go to bed?
I'll take that as a no.
I didn't say that.
Look, I just think I will have an easier time opening up and being honest and crap if I just knew you a little better.
Well, you haven't known a single interviewer for 6 weeks, so I believe in you.
Okay. I just don't understand how this happened, okay? I was like, I am literally here for all the right reasons. Come on, why'd you go to film school?
I like movies.
Okay. I know I didn't have a ton of time with Joe. I was really, really hoping we could leave here together. Why?
You have to make this job even harder than it already is?
Well, I'm trying to make it more fun.
Don't you want to go to bed?
I get paid to be here too.
Not if you break your contract.
Well, you're restraining yourself from making out with me, so I think I'm good.
Please, just do the interview.
Why do you like movies?
I don't know. They're romantic.
Joe spits when he talks. It's deeply disgusting.
I want to make a difference.
He also chews with his mouth open. It's why they edit out all the meal portions of the dates.
I was being honest.
Oh, bullshit. If you wanted to make a difference, you would, like, bomb the Capitol or assassinate the Pope.
Movies can make a difference, too.
Then why aren't you making one?
I don't have enough money yet.
Really? Wait, a producer on this show isn't making enough money?
Budget cuts.
4 million people watch this show every week. But they aren't paying you enough money for you to save up to make a movie to make a difference. Seems a little convoluted.
4 million people?
You didn't know that? Aren't producers supposed to be like horny for viewership statistics?
It's my first day as a producer.
Wow.
Yeah, a guy died, and I had like one good idea that saved us a bunch of money, and so the gig is mine.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm sad that Joe can't meet my family. I think he would have really liked them. I haven't brought someone home in a long time.
What would your family think?
Well, they would probably be surprised by all the cameras.
Wait, does your family not know that you're here on the show? Why not?
I didn't tell them.
Because
they don't want this kind of...
The camera.
My family doesn't watch trash TV. They don't indulge in reality shows. No, they raised me on PBS Kids and they banned Nickelodeon. They watch travel shows and black and white movies, and they just paid off my grad school loans. And they would have thought that Joe was crass and unintelligent, and they would have wondered, where did they go wrong? And why am I wearing false eyelashes? You know, which the teenager at Sephora had to teach me how to use like 2 months ago. I could never tell them about this.
Whoa.
Said to be honest.
There's no way that's gonna make the final edit.
There's no way you're gonna make a difference.
What the hell?
4 million people watch this show. We could talk about something important.
Why am I not going to make a difference?
Because 4 million people watch this show.
So
4 million people are never gonna watch your movie. Put something important in the edit.
People watch this show to see love. Love is important.
This isn't love.
Even if I wanted to put...
Do you want to?
There are other producers. I'm at the bottom of the food chain.
Have you asked?
What would you even say?
Me?
Yeah.
Love isn't real. Capitalism is killing us. Your graduate degree is worthless and expensive. And everyone acts like almond milk is good, but it has a weird aftertaste. And I want to make out with the producer, but she just wants to keep her job so she can make money, so she can make a movie, so she can make a difference. Even though really, she could just make a difference by putting something interesting on the air next week, and then we could run away together.
You don't know anything about me.
Well, you don't spit when you talk. And I like your eyes.
Did you even like Joe at all? Why are you even here?
Because I've been serious my whole life, and I've been in school my whole life, and I don't know why. Okay, because I don't even like most things. I don't really like anything. I'm tired, okay? And this show lets you have free drinks, and people's aspirations are simple, and mine are non-existent. So I would like to start with simple. I did not expect to make it this far, and I don't know what to do now.
Like on the show, you mean?
Can we turn the camera off, please?
Well, I thought that you wanted...
Well, no, I thought you wanted. But you're too scared too, right? Turn the camera off.
Blackout. In the blackout, dramatic reality TV show music sounds underscoring the host's voice. Coming up next. Video compilation of Carly giving spliced together reality TV talking head confessional interview intercut with dramatic landscape shots of mountains, oceans, fireworks, etc.
It's just so tough. Okay, love is... It's complicated. How I feel, I could never tell them about this. Can we turn the camera off, please?
End of play.
Watch your head, heart, soul. Watch your head, heart, soul. Watch your head and heart and soul.
You shine your immaculate light on them, and they put their hands up to cover their face. They say you're too bright, too fierce, too much. Oh no, you're sweating their cover girl away. You intimidate. But when the going gets tough and the cold's too much, they can't wait for your sunshine to give them the sweetest touch. Right now, it's cold. Been cold for a while now. So cold that they ask for your assistance. When it's convenient, they need you. Golden Sun! They pulled up a seat just for you. They don't want you hiding now, shying away in the clouds. After they criticize your luscious lips, afro, glorious hips, skin, style, mind, and an artistic expression, and the rhythm from which your heart beats in. Oh, Golden Sun, they need you now. They said they'll even give you a crown.
They've been doing me and mine like that since the time they arrived. Shame and beat us to the ground, then turn around and tell us to the heavens, plow to the devil, dance till our feet won't let us stop, sing to angels, feed them and their children, and give our little ones the scraps. Arrest us and steal our style, pinning a tag labeled hottest trend out. It's really nothing new. Playing the game of pretend is what they like to do.
Oh, that may be true, but I have a request I pray you'll see through.
What is it?
Well, I know you're very busy being the Golden Sun and all, and us stars and planets are always asking you for answers, you know, just bothering you and taking up all your precious time.
Star, for you, I've got all the time in the galaxy.
Well, I just so happened to look down, and one of them happened to wish upon a star. Just so happened that star was me. I heard their voices clear as day, even though I'm 40 trillion kilometers away.
Go on and tell me. What did they say?
It's what they asked. It was a question that left me at a loss for words. I need the answers to their questions, or I'm going to fall back down to earth. I won't be seen as special or intellectual. I need the answers. I need them quick, or my light will continue to flicker and I'll soon dissipate. I need these instructions. I do.
Focus. What was the question?
The question was, how can we be courageous and bold as we embrace and use lessons in social justice and social activism in order to dismantle systemic exclusion and oppression? How can we demonstrate courage with ourselves and others to create inclusive, positive change? I didn't know how to answer it, so I hurried over to come ask you.
You need the instructions to dismantle this ticking bomb. Or better yet, heal this plant that's been poisoned from the root. The strange fruit grows from a soil with broken glass, trash, and I'll be blood on the leaves. You need the secret recipe, remedy, and soothing melody. Trust, it ain't easy. It's twisted, ragged, and damaged. The cuts deep. Only so much can be managed. But nevertheless, I'm sure you'll complete your task. I'll give you the instructions. Ready?
Singing bowl in the key of B plays for crown chakra.
Ding!
Educate. Educate.
Educate.
It's no one's responsibility to educate us, but our own. It's no one's responsibility to educate them, but their own. And it's no one's responsibility to educate you, but your own. They must know who they are in the light that shines from within, where that light came from, where it's going, and most of all, where it's been.
Okay, so in order to dismantle systemic exclusion and oppression, they must first educate themselves on who they are and their history, even if it's bad?
Exactly. Then expand that knowledge and learn about others. Be open and humble and practice listening. Listening to people's ideas and fears, their limitations and expectations.
Sounds like a lot.
It is. They should start by learning about themselves and the stars in which they came from. And learn about those stars. And those ones. And those ones.
Singing bowl in the key of G plays for crown chakra.
Articulate.
Use your words to articulate only that which you know. Use your words to articulate your own experiences. Use your words to articulate things which serve God. Never let words of hate reside on your tongue. Never attempt to speak another person's truth but your own. You witness an injustice, don't ignore it. Break the silence and speak up.
Golden sun. Hurt. My light is starting to dim. Are there any last instructions? I can't remain a star if I don't have them all.
Star, hang in there. We only have one more instruction left.
Shaun drums begin to play. Singing bowl in the key of F plays for crown chakra.
Demonstrate. Demonstrate the positive change you want to see. Demonstrate compassion. Demonstrate understanding.
So it's just that simple?
It's as simple as they let it be. You have the instructions, Star. Okay. They will understand it.
Golden sun. You bless me once again. Now I can go bless those who look up to us. Thanks again.
Two actors bow. The audience applauds. Sun prepares for the talkback to play the chase rhythm.
How was that? Go on, clap it up. Not my best work, but hey, tried to make it as simple as I know how. Instructions. Educate, articulate, and demonstrate. Write or play, they say. Write or play. This is your platform, your microphone. your sword and your shield. Tell us how you feel. You have our undivided attention. Now, go on. Write a play for us. Give us the instructions to stop racism as we clap for you in the end and tell you how proud we are. Write a play, little Black girl. We will pretend to listen. We'll even ask questions at the end. Give us instructions and more instructions and more. We'll put your face on the homepage of our websites and magazines. Like Star said, they'll even give you a crown. Oh, so Black Lives Matter now? Okay, I know, I know. You liked Golden Sun better. But truth is, I'm just Sun. And quite frankly, I'm tired of the games. Tired of the, how can we change? How can we be courageous and bold as we embrace and use lessons in social justice and social activism in order to dismantle systemic exclusion and oppression? How can we demonstrate courage with ourselves and others to create inclusive, positive change? Martin gave y'all suggestions, as well as Malcolm and Fred Hampton, Ella Baker, Septima Poinsett Clark, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells, but they was too bright, too much, too fierce, too revolutionary. They were Golden Sons too, but what y'all do? Did y'all ignore them? Kill them? Or just choose not to teach about them in our schools? But have the audacity to ask, how can we be courageous and bold as we embrace and use lessons in social justice and social activism in order to dismantle systemic exclusion and oppression? How can we demonstrate courage with ourselves and others to create inclusive, positive change? Well, at this point, figure it the fuck out. We had to figure out how to love ourselves again, how to care for each other again, how to speak our minds and take up space again, how to break stereotypes, how to be unapologetic, how to clean up the ghettos that were poisoned by, you know, how to educate our own and build our own universities, how to pick up the broken pieces of who we are and what society portrayed us as, how to navigate through life in this beautiful melanin skin. Meanwhile, having to watch our young kings being killed on streets and locked away daily, how to rebuild our legacies, how to rebuild hope and prosperity, how to thrive as a people, how to overcome mental illness, how to heal, and we are still in the process. Y'all really want instructions? Okay, how's this? Just don't get in the way.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Smith. I'm the chair of the Division of Theater at SMU, and I want to welcome everybody to this talkback opportunity with our playwrights for tonight. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves and give the title of their specific plays before we go anywhere else. So why don't we start with Isa?
Hi, I'm Isa Muiño, and I wrote the play I Will Only Write This Once.
And Josh?
Hi, I'm Josh LeBlanc, and I wrote the play Goodbye World.
And Shyama?
Hi, I'm Shaun Nithiananda, and I wrote Wednesday at 8/7 Central.
And Stakiah?
Hello, my name is Stakiah Washington, and I wrote Instructions.
If you have questions for the playwrights, we're going to talk for about 15-20 minutes. If you have questions for the playwright, you can post them in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'll share those. I'll share those with the playwrights as we go. So first of all, I think really, really great work tonight. Really enjoyed all the plays. I wanted to ask you guys, because this is the second time that we've done this. We did, the first round was in November. I wanted to ask you guys, what was different for you this time in going through the process? What, since it was the second time?
For me, I'll say that I thought it was an interesting experience working with different directors and different casts, and I feel like the people I worked with this time and the people I worked with last time were of very different backgrounds and very and like different generations. Even like I didn't work with as young actors this last time around as I did this time even. And so I thought that was pretty cool because I discovered some things about how my writing interacts with different people. And so I was like, that's a cool thing to take away from this experience.
Great.
Yeah, I think when you're writing a play, like in the process, it feels like your child and that you feel obligated to like 100% of it. And so, and then once you get into rehearsals, you have to like free yourself of like the obligation to like micromanage every part of the play. And I think for the first time that we worked with Theater East, I was definitely more in my head and like, no, this isn't how I imagined it when I was writing it. But then you learn, you know, to understand different interpretations of text and, you know, to see a play is different than thinking about the play when you're writing it. And I think this time around, I was able to more easily sort of let the process be a process.
Great. Shyama or Stakiah, do you want to jump in there or you're thinking about it?
I guess what felt different for me this time is, I guess I think my play this time was just a little, like it didn't weigh on me quite in the same way. Because it ended up being a lighter play than the one I wrote last time, for no particular reason. And so working on it this time, I think it was interesting for me to see, because I think I had expected, because it like felt not quite as heavy, that I might not feel as like attached to it. But that wasn't really the case. And so that was really cool. And a really, really wonderful director and cast who had a lot of like feedback and ideas about what was going on in the play. And it was cool for me to have that experience of something that doesn't necessarily feel like it's like on my sleeve all the time, can still live in the same way, I guess. So I guess maybe that's more what was the same about it than what was different, but yeah.
Great. Stakiah, do you want to jump in or?
Yeah, sure. This time for me, I felt more able to let my actors explore versus the last time we had our reading of the other play. I felt like I knew these people, exactly how they are, exactly how they interact with each other, and just writing an entirely different play really gave me insight into what the actors thought the play was about and how they felt about it and how they felt they should interact with each other. So overall, it was a really good experience. I had an amazing cast. So I had a really good experience.
Great. Let me ask you one of the questions that we're getting in the chat. Somebody asked, what do you hope your audience walks away with tonight?
Well, I'll go first. I hope my audience walks away with whatever they got. I want my play to speak for itself. I don't feel like I should have to, no disrespect, I should have to elaborate on what I said in my play and what my actors and everyone said. So whatever you take away from it is what you take away.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I'll go next because mine kind of aligns with what Kaya just said, but I feel like I was very clear. I'm like, well, I know that's like a question to ask, so it's like no disrespect to the question, but y'all heard. I feel like I was very clear.
Another question that we have, I don't want to cut you off if Shyama or Josh, if you were going to jump in on that or. No, okay. Another question that somebody asked was, how does it feel to see your work come to life?
I mean, it feels really cool, right? Because for as long as like you don't have people reading it out loud, all of the characters are kind of me. You know, like all of them are a little bit me because like I'm the one reading them, which is great for, you know, a first draft and maybe a second. And then I'm like, I need them to not be me anymore. And having really, really wonderful actors read it out loud, especially before it's like done, just, I mean, like expedites that process so well for me. So that was really, really cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think like getting into like hearing actors reading your words and like maybe reading like some of the like the glitches that you write into the play where those might not work or might not, you know, like serve the action of the play, and where you can be like, oh, like now I can mold the play to be more of what it is, as opposed to like as opposed to being muddy or whatnot. Like it really helps clear things up really quickly.
I think what's interesting about well, like it's always interesting to have a reading because you decide what stage directions are said and which are still like implied and like given to the actor as notes or actually done in a Zoom format. And so I was like, how can I make these ones that are implicit easier for the actors in my words? Especially with a play where, like, if it were actually staged, the point of the play is that they're actually making something. So we kind of played around that. But it was interesting to find ways between drafts to help the actors with that problem, as opposed to, you know, not finding a solution to it and just leaving it in the play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stakiah, do you want to?
Yeah. I keep thinking about the words come to life. Because in my head, it's always a working process. It's always this version, this draft of it. I'll never see it as like the final or this is the performance of it. Yeah, just to sum up what everybody else said, like seeing with the reading what things work, which things don't work, which things you envisioned was gonna go this way but doesn't feel right in someone's mouth. So that's really what this this experience has given me. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but at the same time, it's also a learning experience. It's also something to keep my notepad nearby and take notes with. So that's what I got out of it.
And just to let people know, the plays were in rehearsal for 2 weeks with the actors and the directors, and the playwrights attended the rehearsals and they rewrote. So let me ask you this question too. How much did you change the play or in that process, or how much did you rewrite in the process? Because sometimes you are doing, little fixes, and sometimes you realize there needs to be a more work put on that. But how much revision did you guys do?
For me, at least, I did a lot of drafts that involved just little tweaks, like Mac, my director, and I sort of like walked through in rehearsal. We all kind of went through the beats of the play, and it seemed to me that and I enjoyed kind of where that was. And so it was more me, fixing the words to the actors' mouths and making everything as frictionless as I could, to really let what we wanted be told.
Yeah, I think I did a lot less massive changing things this time around. I reordered a couple things, but I think similarly to what Josh was saying, I was like, what was interesting to me this time is I was like, there were things where the actors, they would say the line not exactly how it was written. I'm like, that's better. That was better. I'm gonna change that now. And so, which I think also sort of goes along with the characters developing voices that are really their own. And so that was helpful.
Great.
Yeah, for me it was like I had a ton of it's mostly structured the same, but I did have some. It was nice that we kind of did the play when we rehearsed it in chunks, kind of scenes by scenes, because then the pieces that I thought belonged in one chunk totally belonged in like a separate section of the play, and that was really cool that I restructured things really, but I did a lot of frustrating little edits that I'm sure Joshelyn and Kayla did not appreciate, where I would change 1 or 2 words and they'd been saying it the same time over and over again the same way, and then they had to just change it because I move a comma or something, which I tried not to do as much later revisions.
I really want to give thanks to my director, because she really truly challenged me with my writing. I had one thing in mind, and then I was like, well, I don't know, I kind of want to experience this. And she's like, Stakiah, what is your play about? So there were some revisions. I wouldn't say that they were major. It was some things that I added in the process. So it was kind of like having a skeleton, putting the skin on, putting the clothes on, that type of thing that was going on. A manifestation, I feel like, through this process. Yeah, and like Isa said, I thought one chunk was supposed to go here, and it made much more sense in a whole nother section. So it's just being flexible and being open with your writing, really.
Good. I have a couple of questions that have come up that are specific for individual playwrights. So for Stakiah, a question about, so did your play come from personal experience? And if not, where did you pull your inspiration from?
Yeah, I think it came from personal experience and also our prompt. So we had a prompt, right? And it was basically mentioned several times in my play. How do we be courageous and bold as we embrace? Wow, do I have it memorized? As we embrace and use life lessons.
Right.
Okay, maybe I don't got it memorized, but y'all know what it is. It's basically asking, how do we stop racism? Yeah, so I was actually not so eager to write the play because of the prompt. And I'm like, here we go again. How many times y'all gonna ask us this question? So one side of my inspiration came from the prompt. The other side came from to say personal things as a Black woman, as a woman in America, things that just happen that we're very well aware of, the injustices, things like that. So just all of that in a big melting pot.
Great. Now I have a question for Shyama, which is the concept of your producer filmmaker character, quote, making a difference, related to your own feelings of how important it is for a playwright to make a difference?
Yeah. I mean, I think especially sort of this year, I've gone back and forth on this a lot because I think I like came into this field being like, this is a great, like, theater has impacted my life and what I do and what I believe a lot. And so I could make that difference for somebody else. And this year I've sort of felt like, well, hopefully that happens. But if I'm honest with myself, I also just like plays. And so it's a tricky balance because I'm like, I want to do something important in the world. I want, my plays to be really important, but also if they aren't really important, then does it still matter? Does it still do anything? Does it still make the world the kind of place that I would like to live in? And so, yeah, I guess they're related to my own feelings a little bit, but more than that, I think they're related to my questions. Yeah.
Cool. One last question, I think, before we stop. And this is kind of an open-ended question, so go with it however it fits your process and your play. The question is, was anyone challenged?
Yes. I'm with Stakiah on the I was an extremely eager boat. And I think one of my biggest things as a writer is starting. And I think, like with any task, really, the most difficult thing is to start it. And so I made starting, what I thought was interesting this time is I was like, oh, starting is actually really easy because I just I was like, I freed myself from the confines of it's going to be good because I was like, you know what, I'm not jazzed to write it, so I can't have that high expectation of myself. And then whatever came out, I was like, well, I'm pleased with this. And I mean, it was just so interesting because I just kind of, as I said, like last time I remember being super nervous, and I remember the first reading I was like, well, whatever comes out, I have time to fix it. And I just thought, oh, this is really special because I think everyone in the room, when we read it the first time, people connected to it, and I was like, oh, this is just pieces of my brain on a piece of paper. I didn't think too hard about it, so the fact that you guys feel the same way is pretty cool. So I was like, yeah, it was a challenge, but I guess fruitful, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Goodbye World, because I wanted to, the concept was I wanted to write about what I thought about the internet and it's in context with our world. And I found that I had a very deep ambivalence about it and that I didn't, and I still through this entire process, I don't know the answers that I ask and that, that June and Duncan asked of each other. And so I think that was interesting to me, and something that I found challenging to reckon with was that, it is something that I'm probably, and that we will probably never fully resolve, whether it was a mistake or if it's gonna, be the greatest thing to ever happen, but that, it's here. So it's not going away. So that's kind of where I've come to on that, but it's been hard to sort of reckon with feeling very passionate on both sides of the argument for that.
Great.
For me, I'm not sure if this falls into challenged category or not, but I was like, let's answer the let's give the answers to the prompt and write a play. a play with conflict, a play with stakes, a play with all the things that we learn about in playwriting. And yet and still, my soul was unsatisfied. And so I think I challenged myself in that way because my voice kept hitting that door saying, okay, let us out now. Let us now out. You answered the prompt. Can we come out now? And so just allowing myself permission to be free in the end and say, okay, I answered you, but also here's also what I have to say. You're not just going to take my instructions and not hear my voice at the same time. So yeah, if it's challenge, it was challenging. Yeah, I'm gonna just say, yeah, it was challenging.
Did we get everybody? Shyama, did you want to? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was challenging. I sort of fell into a similar category as Isa, where I was like the butt in the chair part is the hardest. And so, I was like it, and especially, because I was like, and I think that this ended up sort of being what the play was about, is like, what if I don't have anything to say right now? Which was just a good thing to grapple with, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing all of your answers with us, and thanks for the talk back. Thanks to all the people that stuck around to talk to our playwrights, and thanks for coming to see the plays. They'll be available on the Theater East website, I believe, and I want to say a big thank you to all the people from Theater East who have been working with us over the last month to put this together, and all the people from the Division of Theater. Bernard mentioned a number of people, Don Askew, Brad Castle, Bobby Lay, all the people behind the scenes. I want to give a shout out to our wonderful ASMs as well, to Ali Marchand and Ben Everett and Asa, and to our wonderful production stage manager, Angelica McEwen. So thanks to all the people who have helped us put this together. And we hope you had a great time watching and listening to these plays.
Bye-bye. See you next time.